Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I did notice that many of you are wondering how soon you could receive a fourth stimulus check. Well, our Republican lawmakers are now saying President Joe Biden's $2.3 trillion infrastructure package will have a tough time getting through the Senate because of several key provisions. We all know how GOP lawmakers feel about large price tags. Republicans are planning to raise several procedural objections to the bill. They have argued that many elements violate the special budgetary rules Democrats plan to use to pass the measure in the 50-50 Senate with a simple majority vote. Earlier this year, Democratic lawmakers used a budget reconciliation process to pass President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus relief bill through Congress. There is a limit as to how many times lawmakers can use the budget reconciliation tool per year. So it is very important that lawmakers do include a fourth round of stimulus checks in the infrastructure bill. When asked about the current infrastructure proposal, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said, "It's a target-rich environment. There are a lot of problems." Graham also said he has been in discussions with his staff about how to use the Byrd rule to block components of President Biden's infrastructure plan if Democrats pursue the budget reconciliation process once again, which would allow Democrats to avoid a GOP filibuster. One key component that Republican lawmakers are aiming to block is a section of President Biden's proposal that is related to legislation that would make it easier for unions to organize. That has been a top Democratic policy goal since the spring. Parliamentary experts have stated that President Joe Biden and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer are looking to use the budget reconciliation process in aggressive new ways that will set new precedents. Parliamentary experts have stated that President Joe Biden and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer are looking to use the Senate budget reconciliation process in aggressive new ways that will set precedents. James Wallner, a former Senate GOP aide and Senate rules expert, said, "A lot of this infrastructure stuff has not been adjudicated in the past. What's interesting about reconciliation now is that it's being used for purposes completely unrelated to what reconciliation was intended for. No one is under the illusion that the reconciliation process is being used for purely fiscal policy reasons anymore. It's a way to get around the filibuster." So everyone, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think that the Democrats should be using the budget reconciliation process once again? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. It will be up to Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough to decide how far Democrats can stretch the reconciliation process. Back in February, Republican lawmakers were really happy when McDonough ruled that Democrats could not include a federal minimum wage raise. Republicans say that they have a strong argument to strike down a section of President Biden's plan, calling on Congress to pass the Protecting Right to Organize. Republicans say they have a strong argument to strike down a section of President Biden's plan, calling on Congress to pass the Protecting Right to Organize (PRO) Act, which would curb state right-to-work laws and penalize employers who interfere in union drives. I think Democratic lawmakers should use the budget reconciliation process once again to pass another bill through Congress. However, Democrats definitely do need to add a fourth stimulus check into the proposal. If our lawmakers do not include a fourth stimulus payment for Americans into President Joe Biden's infrastructure plan, then our lawmakers may try to pass a standalone bill for another round of stimulus checks. We have over 70 lawmakers who have already urged President Biden to pass more stimulus relief for the American people. And more help is certainly needed. On April 2nd, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the number of unemployed workers claiming benefits continued declining in March, but warned that the figures are still very high. In total, nearly 10 million unemployed workers claimed benefits, down from the record high of 23.1 million in April 2020. With the national unemployment rate still higher than pre-pandemic levels, and some workers seeing hours cut to respond to decreased demand for certain goods and services, many lawmakers are pushing for a fourth round of stimulus checks. Just last month, House Representatives Pramila Jayapal and Rashida Tlaib reintroduced the Boost to Communities Act, which was first brought before the House when this crisis began. The Automatic Boost to Communities Act would provide a fourth stimulus payment of $2,000, followed by $1,000 monthly payments to eligible Americans until this crisis ends. There are many lawmakers in the Senate that have also made their position on more direct payments very clear. 21 senators from 15 states signed a letter to President Biden asking that recurring direct payments and automatic unemployment extensions. There are many lawmakers in the Senate that have also made their position on more direct payments very clear. 21 senators from 15 states signed a letter to President Biden asking that recurring direct payments and automatic unemployment insurance extensions tied to the economic conditions be included in his Build Back Better economic plan. That these measures have shown that they keep households and the economy as a whole afloat and have broad public support. Now everyone, the soonest time frame that we could be seeing a fourth stimulus payment is late July or sometime in August. I know so many of you could really use that extra money, but unfortunately our lawmakers work very slow. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has already announced that she wants to pass President Biden's new infrastructure package before the August recess, and that is just a couple months from now. All the details of the proposal still needs to be finalized. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done. President Biden's Build Back Better economic program consists of three major pieces of legislation. The first, the American Rescue Plan, was signed into law in March and included funding for a third round of stimulus payments. The second piece of legislation, the American Jobs Plan, was announced in late March and focuses on increasing social and physical infrastructure spending. The American Families Plan is the third piece of the Build Back Better agenda. The details of this proposal have not been made public yet, but some are reporting that the announcement could come as soon as next week. The Biden administration has said that the purpose of the American Family Plan is to restore the middle class and help families make ends meet. It is likely that President Biden will include stimulus checks into this part of the Build Back Better plan. So that is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. Please make sure to enter the $75 Amazon gift card giveaway by subscribing to my channel, sharing and liking this video, and commenting below. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a very, very blessed day.
Much, Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton. How inspiring it is to hear you talk about your grandfather Holmes walking away from the plantation, and you continue that walk. You continue it for your family, you continue it for your district, you continue it for everyone in our country. Thank you for your tremendous leadership. And really, last year when we passed the bill, last Congress when we passed the bill, it was Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton's reputation and the respect she commanded among our colleagues, but it was Steni's determination and insistence that the bill would be brought to the floor and that we would have the votes, and we celebrated. It was the first time that the House of Representatives had recognized and voted and supported statehood for the District of Columbia. I proudly wear this 51 hat. Now, so it's an honor to join Democrats from both sides of the Capitol. I'm pleased to welcome Senator Carper back over to the House side. Steny talked about serving with him all that time. I sat next to him in the financial, what was called banking in those days. It was so long ago, it had a different name.